Hey everybody, how's it going? Back here once again to play some games. This time we are playing PowerWash Simulator 2. This time on the PS5, in case you need evidence of that. Um, I had an idea I was going to play the Slim Shady uh, thing for Hitman 3, or World of Assassination, and apparently that ended like 11 a.m. I figured when they said it was going to be for midnight, or for ending today, it would be through the end of the night. But no, I think there's arcade thing you can do anyway. So we're gonna play the console version here, but also figure out how to play this again. Um, so we'll hop in. This is early game stuff, so not gonna be any spoilers or anything. We're gonna do the public facility. But I was looking at games I wanted to play, and one I really wanted to play was Big Hop. I got that. Um, what do I have for money? 200 bucks. So I've beaten this on PC, which runs fine enough. Runs a little rougher for the uh, what would I call it? Um, for streaming purposes and OBS and all that. Runs a little rougher there. I have to turn down some things. Um, but yeah, this is what I want to be my main streaming platform, because this runs better. We're fine on everything. There we go. There we go. Yellow is what I want. Um, so yeah, I bought this shortly after I got the PC version. I knew PC would be my main on this, but once I saw sort of how it was streaming when I did the launch day stream, I was like, okay, maybe there's something else going on here that I should rethink about. I'm gonna be building a new PC, so it may not be an issue for much longer. Okay, wait. Okay, there we go. So they do not have remapping in this, which is unfortunate, especially for console versions, because as you might know, is I would say they have not mapped. Uh, the first game especially was poorly mapped. This one a little less so, but still, these are the modern controls, which is still hilarious to do that for. Yeah, why don't I just do this? This would be a much simpler way of doing things. Granted, it still requires me to be precise, but so yeah, I've beaten this. I really like the way it ends. It ends in a fun way. The first game um has also a really fun end job, but it's also a very huge job. So it's just kind of like, all right, kind of buckle down and get on this. But this one ends with a job that I would say is less big and more just has some fun stuff going on in it. So, just kind of one of those things. But let's see, here we go. All right, I think we got enough there. Wait, there we go. Okay. I was gonna go for the biggest one I can get. There we go. I get this looking right so I can sit here and just sweep across as I want to do. Um, oh, yeah. There's an update for that. I was like looking at a couple things, like what could I stream, and I was like, I settled on this one. I was like, you know what? I'd like to stream some more of PowerWash Simulator 2, especially as just like hey, 2025 has been a hot mess in a lot of ways. games, have been very good this year. The industry, not so much. But we got our Game of the Year stuff that is going live. I think my personal list is live, with which I have PowerWash Simulator 2 as my Game of the Year, my personal Game of the Year. Put a good 40 hours into the PC version. Enjoyed every minute of it. I need to write a review for it. I just haven't had the time for that. Like my only knocks with this game, besides some basic stuff like, hey, it'd be nice to have um, remapping in there. Though PC, I don't have anything I'd really change there. Mostly be for consoles. I think they said they're still working on it. It wasn't where they wanted it to be, so they wanted to make sure it's right where they want it. And I can just get in here and like, boy. Yeah, so when I remap the first game's stuff, I got rid of a lot of unnecessary things, as they have the means for uh yeah, so to show everything, I think I have to hit, what is this? There, I have to hit R3. I was like, I forgot what the thing is here. What does this do? What is that move? Sprint? Okay. So sprint just breaks you out of everything. That's a little weird. So yeah, I want to get this underside. I also want this to be, there we go. There we go to green. So the way their official mapping for this stuff tends to work is they always give you options to cycle back and forth for various things, whereas I feel like if you're playing the game, you really don't need to bother with that much. Like the notion of um, cycling allows you to kind of simplify things a lot. And so I try to turn it into more of a... There we go. Boom. This is a cool thing they do in a few stages, is they have them transform or evolve a little bit, which is really a nice thing. So yeah, that does not open up as they show you in the text, or I forget where it's at. Yeah, we found schematics for revolutionary convenience installed in 2003, but then almost immediately forgotten about. And assumed to be a bench. So yeah, they installed this, and then nobody uh, knew how to activate it, I guess. Oh, new job available. Oh, I'm covering that up. Okay. I can move myself. Otherwise, this stuff over here isn't really all that necessary. Alright. I forgot that the messages are over there. That's a weird thing. I'd almost like them to be where they were before, which would be up in like the... Oh, I'd have to launch PowerWash Simulator 1 to be 100% sure. It was either... Um, it would either be like up here in the top left corner, below all that stuff, or it'd be over here in the right side of the screen. I think it's the right side of the screen. If I'm being honest about where my memories are at on that stuff. It's one of those things where I notice them, but at a certain point I know what they say. And unfortunately for like this game, they don't, put them anywhere. These are the only messages you have. they got something they're working on adding. Why is this not? I'm using green. So yeah, playing this with the controller is a little bit weird. Gyro's not in here for whatever reason. I feel like you went through all that work for the Switch and PS5 and PS4 versions. The first game to not having that here at all seems a little bit odd. Okay, that's the extension. What am I missing here? Alright. We'll just circle around. Make it a lot easier. But yeah. Today was a heck of a day. At work, just busy, and then as I was leaving, it snowed for a good bit. We got probably maybe 2 inches of snow at the point where I was getting ready to go, so I had to give a good scrape to my uh, windshields in my car because kind of necessary. After that, I had some ice and snow on the car and had to drive home. I went to an alternate route that I have for when the roads don't seem great, and I don't want to get on the highway for that. Which worked out. The roads are still not good because it's they can treat them all they want, but the snow continues to happen, which seems that moot. There we go. Ohio State is playing. I think I had that in a window here. Uh, there we go. I was trying to see how that looked. Ohio State was down, but not out. So I don't know if we're gonna get knocked out in this first game. Is that would be a shame after the good year they had. Clearly, should be better than that, especially against a school like Miami that they should be able to beat. Big Ten's had a very good whole season so far. Somebody's plowing outside the window. That's thought it was like loud van windows or something. Wait, what's? I see this. Okay, there we go. Uh, so yeah, it's been one of those kind of days, knowing that snow is gonna be coming in. I was kind of dreading the drive home and took my time. Which meant I guess that people had better snow cars kind of around me, which is like, all right, fine. I'm not gonna speed up for their sake, especially on New Year's where there can already be craziness on the roads. Okay. I really like the soap. The soap is the one of the best improvements they had from the first game. Because before it was just basically like, what if you power washed, but uh, it cleaned more effectively than just the water, but it also costs money to do that. And so at a certain point, you were either given the soap and maybe used it then, or you didn't use the soap because you wanted to save that money for actual upgrades for your washers. And so yeah, they made the stuff a lot better this time because it, you know, sits here and sticks to the dirt and makes it real easy to clean off. Makes a huge improvement here. So I use it a decent bit. Not always. Sometimes it's the cleanup process is pretty straightforward, so I just stick to the water. But sometimes like this, I'll just be like, all right, we'll put some soap on. There we go. Oh, where are my cats at? Yeah, there's one there. The visionary Nadia Vonnegut. Okay, of course. Pop-up restroom was designed to only appear when needed. What? Relying on state-of-the-art camera systems and kinetic motion sensors buried deep within the sidewalk, it would detect from the gate of passers-by when relief was required and pop up in the nick of time. Oftentimes it knew before they even did. Weird. Okay. A thing that would not be available, but only show up if it detected that you had the gates of somebody that had to hear poop, I guess. Which would be amazing if it could detect that, but 2003, I don't know that that would be something that would work. Alright, we're making some money here and some power wash points. Alright, good stuff, good stuff. I think this should open up the door then. There's not other things. Oh, there's other things. There we go. Outer base wall. What is that? Alright. What is this? Oh. Alright, great. 300 bucks. So what can I buy for that? Oh yeah. So yeah, you can spend your money on stuff here. What am I using? I think I'm using this one. I don't have any money for any of that, especially not right now. Uh, purchase for. I was trying to see. There's. So the nice thing is you can buy stuff and then sell it if you need to. I think these you can't sell because you need them at the very least. Oh, okay. I got the adjustable or adaptable nozzle, which is a cool nozzle. Like you have to, yeah, here we go. So then you widen it or shrink it. I can hold this to bring this up. So the interesting thing they do with this one is that the nozzles, before it would essentially be like a big list of nozzles. So here, these are all separated. So these are all in one category. This is in its own category and that. So I have to hit up to change between them. Versus before, you would essentially be like, dink, 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 to the other nozzles you needed. So it kind of made for a pretty interesting kind of vibe here. For the way you're just on a mouse and keyboard, I would just roll the mouse wheel, and that would be the thing that you do, you know. You cycle through and occasionally go past it and just keep cycling until you get to the right thing. I'm curious how much of this I can get washed. Well, so much for that game. Let's see here. Ooh. Harper Shaw, one of our favorite characters from the first game. Heard that the fire chief's dog's gone missing. Oh no. Are the dogs disappearing now? Cats disappeared in the first game. I already know what's going on, so don't have to worry about me. I'm not surprised by where this may lead, but tell me I can get dogs in this game. I would love that. The first game, the cats disappeared, as far as we knew. Um, though they didn't actually disappear. And you find out you have the mayor's cat, which I think you find out that the mayor knows about it here. Panic over, the fire chief just left the back gate open. Vulcan's home now. Vulcan's a good dog name. I'm going to my extensions here, which don't really benefit anything for this. Yeah, as you can see, I think this is not making it any better. I'd almost want to have enough for the or wait, did I? There's no trophy for this stage, I don't think. Campsite job, okay. I try to keep an eye on that stuff because I don't want to replay things if I don't have to. Yeah. Okay. Just need to double check here. Yeah, the cats disappeared and you find out at the end of the game. This is a spoiler, but not one that I think is super crucial to your need for that because it's part of the game here because they're literally over here's Ulysses, the cat, and then there are two kittens, Bubbles and Week. Bubbles. Where's the other cat at? You hear them. I have to hold this the whole time. That's not how that should work. That might be an option. I heard it. There it is. Week's hiding in the flowers, of course. Why wouldn't a cat be doing that? Oh, there we go. This toilet we ought to get cleaned up here. Alright. Hold on a sec. Get on top. But I ended up getting pizza on the way home so that I would have something that's ready to eat and warm and all that. I think it took long enough to get home that it cooled down again. So it was whatever thing, but uh I got everything I needed and I'll be enjoying the night here. Streaming with all of you, so yeah, having fun. Okay, what's seen this. Oh yeah, another little weird thing is that like corners is where some of your progress is locked up at, which is a shame when that ends up being an issue. Because it feels like the first game was better about that. But like literally, we were having an issue with this tile here because there's a little bit of dirt neatly in these corner bits. I feel like wasn't as much of an issue from the first game. There's definitely a few things that I would knock this for. I guess playing some more of this on, as you can see, pretty clean, but it's like, oh, these corner bits. There we go. Should be able to get this done and start up something else. But maybe I will switch to something else. I don't know. I had my heart set on the Slim Shady thing, and then that ended up not being a real thing, I think. The way it shows up in the Elusive Target arcade is real weird. Makes it seem like it's a two-part thing, so maybe there's something else going on there. But yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Let's. Then I have to hit the D-pad a bunch. And like, I can't hold it down to like scroll through it. That's not really how that should work. Maybe there's an option. And there is a bunch of options, but problem is, here we go. Okay. Oh, soap time. Because this only goes one way. Granted, I could hold it, but also I don't. Not that big of a deal. I can cover this pretty well. There's still some other achievements I could get in the base. There's a few things there that they have for you to do. So I have a portal, a PlayStation Portal, and I was playing some of this, and then I realized I can't see the trophy list. So I didn't want to play stages without knowing exactly what the trophy is for. Which is definitely a shame. I was also thinking about potentially going back to the first game for the stream because I need to get the platinum. Then I can buy all the DLC. I'm not going to buy the DLC until I get the platinum, which just basically requires me to get gold medals in the what is it? The challenge stages, which I feel like is the bane of my existence because those are much harder with a controller. Even with gyro and all that, it's the sort of thing where I have to replay these things, but I don't think I want to subject anybody to having to watch me do that. Okay. There we go. Someone's only gone and added a restroom extension below the grubby open bench on Equinox Boulevard. I think that's where we are at. Yeah, we're in Muckingham chat. This is like a text chat for people in the town, I guess. Nosy people. They're very concerned about things going on in their town. And I missed that part of it, and that's gone. jeez. Okay, there. This is still okay. Okay, yeah, so bottom part is dirty. Did not get any soap. This is dirty on this side. Okay. Yeah, I thought this would, yeah. Okay, this is still dirty. Yeah, there it is on the side. Alright, 91%. We're making good progress here. This baby changing station's gonna be the tough thing here. I forget what the next job is. We got that message about it pretty early. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this one you gotta get under here. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing some American Truck Simulator, because I got some event stuff still to do. Oh, jeez. This thing. Some dirty stuff going on there. But I'll just deal with it. Do it on my own time. But we did find out in the last stream I did on that somebody added police band radio stations to that, which I find kind of interesting. That would at least be something that I could stream with. Though I don't know that would add anything. Certainly not entertaining at all. Yeah, like that's the trophy thing. I think is one of the biggest issues I have with the portals. Like, so, and when you do earn a trophy, it's just like you earned a bronze trophy, and it's like, all right, what was that for? And you can't see anything from that. You just have to assume you got the thing you thought you were gonna get. You know, from playing that before bed, I'm not exactly gonna have and now we got the ceiling to work on, which should be pretty simple here. But yeah, this is early game stuff, so not expecting to show off any of the coolest stuff in the game. There's a my favorite job in this one is set in a funhouse. So they had a carnival in the first game. When the carnival comes back, and they have new jobs centered around different parts of that. I think at least 3 jobs centered around that. There we go. Hey, job done. There's all the soap. A bunch more soap and a bunch more. And in here. And there's all the soap I did. Yep. Rinse, and you'll be delighted to learn that the public facility's kinetic sensors have been updated since successfully reintegrated into our public convenience network. All right. They have $300. Uh, okay, we can continue. The campsite, that's right. Let me know when you found the place. We're already headed for home. Camping is definitely not for us. And a pair of boggy sprogs and one grubby hubby. We're in no mood to hang about. Know what I mean? Don't really know what else to say about it all. Suppose the muck tells its own story, don't it? I mean, I don't know what a boggy sprogs are. That seems like some British term that I wouldn't know. Okay. Wait, there we go. Oh yeah, there's one for this. Let me see what that is. Clean the lanterns first using only the red nozzle. Okay, red nozzle. I probably don't want that. Lanterns. Okay, this thing. Oh jeez. I'll get a little bit of this backside here. Oh jeez. There we go. I think the rest of these are separated from everything. So I can kind of go little nuts and all that without missing anything. There we go. That's 2 of 4. Yeah, this one's sitting right here. Oh boy. So yeah, you can change that color to whatever you want. I think it's default is like orange, which is a fine color. But then you run into situations where that meshes with the environment, and like green or the red that they have, I feel like tend to stand out better. Boom. All right. Okay, yeah. Now that we're in good shape, I can just sit here and I've toyed with like messing with the settings on this to see if I should have the sensitivity higher or lower. I don't know where it necessarily works best, but like there are definitely plenty of options here. Because like you see me swiping here and I'm going all over the place. I almost kind of wish I could use the touchpad to aim it and make it uh, do that. But there's also gyro that they had for the first game, which worked alright. I don't know if I ever found the sweet spot to make it work. I either felt like I had to like shake a bunch to get it looking where I want it. But yeah, it's just kind of a weird sort of thing. So yeah, like the options here, S markers, reticle, visibility, yeah. You can change how long it highlights, so you tend to lose track of what you're doing. Yeah, it's like the look sensitivity is what I would want to change, I think. Oh, I mean, with that, cycle or hold, change between standing, crouching, hold to enter prone, tap or hold to stand up once. Cycle's alright. I might try the hold. Hold button. Ah, jeez. Keep forgetting these are tabs on this, so here's all your audio stuff. I tend to turn the water down because it's so loud. But yeah, here can't really edit anything. So but yeah, with the controller these things are a little slower of a game to play. There we go. Fun times. Um how are we doing on time? Okay, we got about 53 minutes before it's midnight here. I'll play a little bit after that. We'll see what sort of jobs are showing up here. There we go. But yeah, I'll be streaming Thursday and Friday. Friday I may go a little earlier than usual because I have to get up early on Saturday, but it might be a whatever thing. Okay, we got that. I usually like to get the things that are not where things are at, so this would be a bunch of things. So I'd want to do these couple things here, and these, and the axe over here. It's like, oh, these are separate things from everything else. That's a way for me to kind of separate the tasks at hand and kind of make my way through all this. What else do we got coming out? So we got Animal Crossing is coming out pretty soon. That's got an upgrade thing. But also put out a big update to add some free stuff to the game. Which I could go and switch to that, I guess. That would be a decent, like, New Year's thing. But I think I want to play this instead for now. I am definitely going to jump back into that, maybe stream some more Animal Crossing. See what my town looks like after having largely abandoned it for, well, it's probably been about 4 years since I last played it. There we go. I guess I could also go watch Stranger Things. I'll probably have to watch that in the morning. Trying to figure out if I want to do this. Probably the way to go. And of course, as always, this is the only way you could clean anything in this game. Uh, you're not just like hose any of this stuff down. There we go. I think there's a gnome in the base that you're supposed to find and move. So I can look here. I believe there should be one for this shed. Yeah, here. Have it highlight the things that I missed. So I missed this thing? Okay. Ah, I see. And it's this roof here that I missed. Which is because I didn't clean any of it. I didn't even try. Okay. Yeah, I did some bunch of videos for our overall list, which I think all went pretty well. Didn't really accomplish much in the one for our overall one, but I did get into a fight with that was pretty interesting. I think that's everything for that. Yeah. Yeah, see this fire pit barbecue. They bunch a bunch of this stuff together so that it looks pretty good. Oh yeah. I forgot I shows that control option here. But yeah, I would say with this game, as far as the types of jobs they pick, there's not as many huge jobs. So my scale for this goes small job, big job, huge job. And there's way more smaller stuff and big stuff than there are huge. I feel like the huge ones that I would maybe describe as such. It's also there's physics here, if you didn't notice that. Okay, we got all that. Now it's time for this. Look at that. Mapping is just something else, huh? It's almost like you're living in some lawless wilderness. And you kind of are. Take this morning, for example, I thought I'd make us pots of delicious porridge to eat after mushroom picking in the woods. Oh no, does some bears come into play? We have to clean more of this, and we'll find out more of that story. And it's trying to tutorialize things that I don't know, that I want tutorialized? I don't know. It'd be nice to have a way to be like, shut off this tutorial thing you're trying to do. Just leave me alone. There we go. Alright, there we go. One section done. And if you're hearing some noise there, that's the feet shuffling in this game. Kind of one of my favorite like silly bits in this is that the feet kind of shuffle a bit, especially when you're up against um, things that the game doesn't really know how to deal with super well. So yeah, when the first game was in early access, like one of the things that they uh, tweaked a bit is that you're sitting on an item or whatever that was at an angle, like say a slide. You just hear your feet shuffling constantly because it was trying to situate them in such a way that they'd be kind of in a neutral state, but it never found that when it was on a slope of some kind. So that ended up being something they had to fix at some point. There we go. Oh, yeah, this game is my number one game of the year. I really enjoyed the PC version at least. This version could use some remapping options, unfortunately. There we go. There we go. I'll get the pit itself, which I'm gonna bet there's something under here. Sorry. Um, there's no doubt a little bit there. Um, hold on one second. Sorry about that. Yeah, my nose is very stuffed up, so if I sound weird or something, or I'm kind of sniffling a lot, that's particularly why. And now we can get these. Yeah, I've been thinking about what to do for streams and such next year. I may move the archives of them to a new channel, like a VOD channel essentially, and leave the main YouTube channel for smaller stuff. Nothing really big, but it would also require me to download a bunch of the videos and upload them, re-upload them to a new thing, which I may do. Just because I want to try to get our channel improving in a bit in the long form videos doesn't necessarily help out with that stuff. Okay. When we got back from our walk, all our porridge had been eaten, even though hubby likes it stone cold and I like mine boiling hot. Where our kids' porridge was there for the taking, as they like theirs somewhere in the middle. Goldilocks situation there. Might as well get the top of this, and then I can work my way around the sides here. So I get everything on the okay, fire pit, yeah. Kettle, capstone, chain, cooking frame. Oh. Okay. I think so. That's all this. But yeah, I'm curious to see how the roads are in the morning. Luckily, I don't have to go anywhere early. We'll see. I might just stay in, relax, work on Let's Weekend and do the Game of the Year stuff. We got going on. There we go. Okay, well, get this gravel hit. I don't know what you would call this thing. It's a base trim. Oh, it's the base of the cabin. Okay. All right. Doing pretty well on time. We got 35 more minutes. Should be able to finish this one up and get another one started. This luckily isn't too hard of a part of this. Let's see. Tell you something else weird about camping. Out here, everything has legs, even the logs. What? Yeah, I feel like playing this with a controller, definitely a less active way to play it versus mouse and keyboard, where I'd be shaking the mouse a bit trying to get this stuff loose and whatnot. Yeah, I think I'll stream some big hops tomorrow. I got my backer code. The dev, Chris, was very nice in sending them out, though initially sent me what was supposed to be a Steam code, it looked like. Even though it just said Steam, colon. It looked like it was going to be a code, and then there was nothing. So I messaged him back, be like, I think I'm supposed to get PS5. And he sent a PS5 code, which didn't initially work in the web store. But then I opened up the dashboard, my PS5, and went to the place to redeem codes there, and it worked that way. Took a little bit, but I got that just fine. Made sure to thank him and wish him a happy New Year's. So he decided he wanted to, as soon as he started getting codes, to send them out instead of waiting closer to launch. Which I was like, oh, sure. I wasn't even expecting to get them until maybe next week or something. I'll have the PS5 version to play a bit. We could also do this. Boom. Um, the pet bowl. You definitely power wash pet bowls. That's definitely how that stuff works. There we go. What? What? Oh, trying to figure out how to get some of this here. And there we go. There we go. Yeah, I played a little bit of the demo for Big Hops, and that seems like it's going to be maybe a special 3D, indie 3D platformer. It's got a lot of fun stuff going on there. Alright, let's see what we can get on this side here. There we go. Let's see, there we go. There we go, that's where I wanted to go. There we go. Some good progress here. Like I'm also zoning out with my eyes are kind of hanging open a little bit. Definitely kind of game where you chill out and zone out, which works out pretty well. I might switch out to something else. I was trying to avoid stuff that would be probably create more uh, high file sizes for uploads. I don't want to avoid that as best I can. It's off. I'll show you how you can fly in this game. Oh, of course I don't do it the first time. There you go. Nope. I mean, it can be a little tough. There we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let me see what I can get over here. I get this. That's probably a trophy. Yep. What do I have? 519. Okay, that's. I should. Get this thing. I'm not going to be able to use it really right now. What's all this? Okay, here we go. 2,000. That's a lot. I got colors for the various suit things I got. Vehicles, which I don't have any need for right now. And you don't get these for a while. Any extras. Yeah, this one has a little more power, I think the way it's described. I forget what you're losing out on stat-wise. Yeah, this is the floor scrubber, which is pretty well done. Swap back over to here. I can go here, untrack all. Oh, come on. Chimney flashing? What is that? I see. Hanging lantern mounts. I see. There we go. Done. Just with about 17 minutes to go. Ugh. So I just need to stretch a little. Okay. There we go. I just heard that we got our deposit back, and after watching that amazing vid, I'm not surprised. Incredible job. Thank goodness for you and that amazing portable power washer of yours. Hopefully the bear, whatever it is, didn't wake up and bother you. We left it sleeping in the lodge. Didn't know whether to mention it or not. Well, that's something you should mention, just in case. What trophies do I have for... Let's see. That one should be gone. Unpin. Examine an item on Harper's pin board. That would be here. These are things about the story plots from the first game. The Malka Aitu Desert. Serious civilization behind these curious artifacts has been subject of a million memes. Behind all the jokes, there are genuine anomalies. Thus far, baffled science. Curious statue, become lovingly known to the locals as the Muckingham Merman, has issued a constant beam from a large gemstone in its forehead since its unearthing. No one knows how it is doing this or even why. It's the thing you deal with as you go. Ulysses, Bubbles, and Squeak. And the billionaire had a decent part of the first game. Aliens. Wait, what? Oh, they're right on the other side of this wall. It doesn't know how to separate them. The town with no cats because the cats disappeared for a bit. Yeah, there's a thing of the merman. And you're in a whole heap of egg splats in his wake. And they're still shaking their heads as to how he managed to shake off the cast iron case against him. There are now rumors that he intends a comeback. Oh boy, does he try to come back. I think the other thing is you need to pick this guy up and put him... I forget where it wants you to put him. Here? Hmm. I think it's on this. I'm going to reveal this. Just all jobs, okay. I must have already done it then. Okay, well, never mind. Um, our next one here is, oh yeah, the Art Deco house. So you see there's the beam. There's Trilobite Lodge. Apologies for how filthy it is. Just got back from digging Alaska to find the house looking like this. My other half, Karen, apparently vanished into thin air. It'll be the first time whenever she gets a whiff of anything interesting that's her gone for months. So, do you have anything for this Art Deco house? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, sorry. Start the job. We're not going to finish this one, but we'll go bits 10-15 minutes after. Yeah, there it is. That thing's coming from the statue. I guess they imply that that's causing dirt. That's it going to somewhere. I guess the direction is it's going this way. It's going to the Mount Rushless. All right. There we go. Actually, this is perfect for that. This is perfect for floor cleaning, as you might expect. It has some other uses. You might be able to use it on some wall stuff. As you've seen, it will adjust itself. To mention that the house is directly underneath the beam's path and in the firing line. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Ooh. Starting to zone out again. Not because of the game, mostly just I didn't get a ton of sleep last night. Why does this keep moving? Oh, what's that? What are you doing on percentages? 5%? Okay. Making them slow and steady progress. Yeah, that's another thing that changed here is the big scaffold structure. Um, so the nice thing they added is these ladders on the side. So you can get up here without having to go up and around this a bunch of times. Yeah, there you go. There's more of the beam. Mount Rushless over there. There we go. And no. There is some here. There we go. Yeah. All right, we're at 5 minutes till. Technically less than that. First unload the beam's gentle hum, but it drove Karen to distraction. Okay. Whew. I've been out in the cold and all that a decent bit, so I think it's starting to catch up to me. I probably need a good night's sleep for all that. So, yeah, I'll have to make sure I take some NyQuil before I go to bed, because yeah, I definitely probably need it. And I'll just recoup for tomorrow. and hopefully be good to go. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, it looks like the edge is what this wants. And the other thing they added actually is this larger step ladder. It's already folded out. You can go put that around. Okay, there's Ulysses. Where's Bubbles and Squeak, Ulysses? I think they're hanging out. I see one. One's over here. This is another thing that they added is the forklift. Let me change to one that's let me do that. There we go. You can raise or lower. Really nice. Cool thing is if you get up here and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get up here, then up, I fell. Oh no. How do I get back up here? There's a button here to lower it. You can also pick it up, it'll do the same thing, it'll lower it instantaneously. Hey, there's Bubbles. Where's Squeak at? Squeak back here? I assume Squeak's somewhere over here. Maybe over here. No? Where's Squeak at? Where's Squeak at? Huh. Okay. Alright, we're coming up on it. Ooh. Hey, there we go. Final ding of 2025. And now it's New Year's. Alright. So, yeah. We'll do a little more. Let me get to 20%. It won't take too long. I don't think. There's some fireworks going off. That goes their city fireworks. I hope so. It's too cold for people to be out. Too cold and too snowy for people to be out doing their own fireworks. There we go. Up to 13%. Yeah, I'm starting to fade a bit, so I'm not gonna try to push my luck on anything here. But this house takes a good bit because, as you can see, got multiple layers and lots of places to get into with all of it. That'll take a good bit, but I'll be dipping in here every so often. They did announce the first DLC for this game. That'll be coming out in the spring, which is Adventure Time. Oh, that's somebody. Okay. I was like, why is it so bright over here? It's headlights. Oh yeah, we got this as well. Yeah, Adventure Time. Uh, Seems like it should be a good fit. Okay, I wanted to see if there were more little bits for the door. There we go. There's some noise. I don't know. Confused for a bit. Yeah. There's some more fireworks. You guys aren't going to hear any of it. There we go. Yeah, it sure is a hum from that beam. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I never really seen the show. I played a little bit of some of the games. But maybe I'll check that out. I think it's a Cartoon Network thing, so that would you would assume that would be on HBO Max, but to assume that they potentially purged it would be a thing I would assume they might have done already. Yeah, we'll finish this little thing here I'm working on. But yeah, happy New Year's to everybody. Whenever you're getting this, of course, by the time this gets uploaded in the morning, it'll already be New Year. For most everybody, I think. Study Rich, fancy a shot at the movie business. Our star dog needs a good washing down before tomorrow's shoot. Great. I like that everybody has a different name for you. I believe your van clearly says PowerWash. Like just PowerWash Industries, something like that. And they're like, Study Rich. Yes, what does that mean, buddy? Um that was the thing in the first game as well. Everybody had different names for you. Okay, yeah, there's some schmutz right here. There we go. There we go. That's gonna end up doing it for today. Um, did what I wanted to do, which is stream for New Year's. But yeah, I'll stream Thursday and Friday. I got some ideas for things. I think one of those is gonna be big hops. I want to check it out some more. What is that? Switch, PS5, PC. I believe it's out on the 12th officially. But backers got it tonight, which is great. Um, I think the demo was just the early parts of the game. Maybe some more stuff. There's specific stuff to do. But yeah, I'll keep working on this in my own time. But I'll let you all go because yeah, especially me, I'm starting to fade a bit. So I'm gonna work on what I can work on. Okay, I've done enough there, and I will manual save. I'll just say let's go back to the home base. I wonder if they put anything, any news things here. There you go. Adventure time. So now it's our first pack making its way to PowerWash Simulator 2, Adventure Time. Things have gone banane across the Candy Kingdom. It's up here to clean up the schmutz. This Adventure Time pack will be splashing, yeah, spring 2026. So that's cool. What else do they have here? Yeah, they've been adding new stuff to the store for you to unlock, so that'll be fun. Yeah, furniture wise, I got that and that. They said gloves, rustic gloves. I don't know. Okay, I probably have to beat the game to have them available. Apologies. Okay, okay, okay. Ban no. Rustic sofa and gloves gray. Yeah, those aren't available yet, as far as I can see. Oh no, they're there. Does that mean there's a sofa? Okay. That's why there's like these more expensive things already, because these are new items they added. It's also here. Rustic showing for 2,000 power wash points. I definitely do not have at the moment. 546, so yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm working towards 1,000 for that. So yeah, that is Power Simulator 2. Some more of that. Here we go. Yeah. Switch to free play, and we've done 3 already. This is $1,000, so I'll have plenty there, and then this dog car. Which you can see where that comes from. On this public facility, I believe there's a poster for that comes from a movie, which was from the first game as well. There's some movie stuff that showed up, so yeah, I think it's gonna do it. I'm just gonna set my controller here, but yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you have a good New Year's, a good safe New Year's, especially get your rest and all that. Yeah, sorry, I'm starting to fade, so I'm just gonna get going. So thank you all. Hope you have a good 2026. Hopefully everybody has a good 2026. As we know, 2025 was kind of a oh crapshoot, a shit show for a lot of people. So thank you all. Have a good one. We'll be back. Bye bye.